Chapter 27. If summer was a gilded ball that had been flung up into the sky, high, high, now it comes plummeting down, down. It has reached its peak. It has hung for an incredible length of time, suspended in mid-air, but now the sun lowers itself quite gently, with a barely audible sigh. The woods and meadows that had shimmered in its heat now shiver and turn grey, subdued. Everything is normal again. Families have returned from their vacation trips, but still wear their shorts to show the summer tans. Yellow school buses and the blue and white college shuttle service begin to trundle up and down the country roads again. The town is filled with returning students, all indistinguishably young and bright, and laden with all the equipment needed to make their school year happy and profitable. Beer cans fly out of car windows and clatter along dusty curbs. Music pounds with tribal rhythms. Shops have strung up banners saying "Welcome back" and are preparing for huge sales of stationery, table lamps, waste paper, baskets, and posters. Aaron has packed his belongings into his blue lithorized suitcase, in which he brought them. He's puzzling over what to do with a parcel that has arrived from India only this morning, with its innumerable wrapping of brown paper and string, each bearing the mark of his sister's clumsy and impatient care, providentially catching him at the buttons before he moves out and back to the campus and the new room he has been allotted in the dorm, on the same floor as the other Indian students this time. The parcel contains a large bag of tea and a brown wool shawl, both calculated to help him through the coming winter. What has not been calculated is that he has no extra space for them in his suitcase. He's taken back precisely the same number of shirts, books, and underwear as he brought with him. He has used up and thrown away nothing. The summer that had moved so slowly and laboriously has passed, leaving no mark of its passage. He picks up the box of tea in one hand, the folded shawl in the other. One is heavy, the other light. One is hard, the other soft. A lopsided gift. He holds them, trying to find the balance. He glances across the landing. The door to Melanie's room stands open. He sees the white counterpane stretched neatly across the brass bed. He sees the bright mirror in the chest of drawers, a toy bear with a red ribbon propped against it. The room is empty. Melanie has left. She has been taken to an institution in the Berkshires where they know how to deal with the neuroses of adolescent girls: bulimia, anorexia, depression, withdrawal, compulsive behavior, hysteria. Mr. Patton has taken on a night job to pay the bills. They send in reports on her progress. She's playing tennis. She has helped bake cookies in the kitchen. She's making friends. She has gained weight. She can eat cereal, bread, butter, milk, and boiled carrots without throwing up. She drinks hot chocolate at night. Fortunately, Rod has won a football scholarship. They found her compliant and obedient. With so much improvement, her family can expect her back soon. Not unfortunately in time for the new semester at school. That must wait a while. Till then, the room stands empty, polished and cleaned, fresh and pleasant, as it had never been while she occupied it. Mrs. Patton has cleaned it herself on her knees, and goes downstairs to find her, the tea in one hand, the shawl in the other. Mrs. Patton no longer lies in the yard sunbathing. The days are warm and still with a silvery sheen, but she seems to have taken an aversion to the light, even to the outdoors. She no longer spends much time in the kitchen either. She has never offered to take Aaron shopping, although the kitchen is drastically depleted, and only remains left at the bottoms of the jars and bottles. She dresses in skirts and long-sleeved blouses. She has voiced a tentative interest in traditional medicines. She talks of taking a course at the Leisure Activities Center in yoga or astrology. Once around heard Mr. Patton growl. Here's another batch of catalogs come from you. What in God's name is numerology or gemology? Karmic lessons. What's that? Hell, what's this you're getting into? These catalogs, pamphlets, and leaflets lying left in drift around her now as she sits on the porch quite still on an upright chair. She's holding an acupuncture chart on her lap, but is staring over the top of it, through the wire screen, at the jar which is empty, except for the cat carefully stalking a moth in the bed of dead and wilted flowers. Everything in that scene looks fatigued, spent, or faded. Aaron goes quietly up to her, too quietly because she gives a start and clenches her neck in fright. I'm sorry, Aaron apologizes, clearing a froth in his throat. I uh, brought you some presents. I'm leaving now, Mrs. Patton. Leaving now, she repeats, bewildered. The semester starts tomorrow, he reminds her. I've got to get back to the dorm. I'm packed. Oh dear, she says mildly. Please take these things. My parents sent them for you. He lies, hoping they will never guess what happened to their gifts, and hands her the box of tea which she takes with a polite murmur of surprise. As she turns it over in her hands, studying the label with the habitual attention she gives to consumer products, she inquires hopefully, "Is it herbal?" Aaron opens out a broad shawl. He shakes out the folds, then arranges it carefully around about her shoulders. An aroma rises from it of another land, muddy, grassy, smoking, ashen. It swamps him like a river or like a fire. She looks at him, then at the wool stuff on her shoulders, in incomprehension. She picks at a fold of it and sniffs. Slowly her face spreads into a flush of wonder. "Why, Aaron," she stammers. "This is just beautiful. Thank you," she repeats, and puts her hand to her neck to hold the ends of the shawl together. He withdraws quietly, going up to collect his suitcase and then finding his way out by the kitchen door, leaving her sitting on the porch with the box of tea on her knees and the shawl around her shoulders.